Questionnaire. Discontent prevents clear thinking. How are we to overcome this obstacle? Krishnamurti. I don't think you can have listened to what I was saying. Probably you were concerned with your question, worrying about how you were going to put it. That is what you are all doing in different ways. Each one has a preoccupation, and if what I say is not what you want to hear, you brush it aside because your mind is occupied with your own problems. If the questionnaire had listened to what was being said, if he had really felt the inward nature of discontent, of gaiety, of being creative, then I don't think he would have put this question. Now, does discontent prevent clear thinking? And what is clear thinking? Is it possible to think very clearly? If you want to get something out of your thinking, if your mind is concerned with a result, can you think very clearly? Or can you think very clearly only when you are not seeking an end, a result, not trying to gain something? And can you think clearly if you have a prejudice, a particular belief? That is, if you think as a Hindu, a communist, or a Christian, surely you can think very clearly only when your mind is not tethered to a belief, as a monkey might be tethered to a snake, to a stake. You can think very clearly only when you are not seeking a result. You can think very clearly only when you have no prejudice. All of which means really that you can think clearly, simply and directly only when your mind is no longer pursuing any form of security and is therefore free of fear. So, in one way, discontent does prevent clear thinking. When through discontent you pursue a result, or when you seek to smother discontent because your mind hates to be disturbed and wants to, at all cost to be quiet, peaceful, then clear thinking is not possible. But if you are discontented with everything, with your prejudice, with your beliefs, with your fears, and are not seeking a result, then that very discontent brings your thought into focus, not upon any particular object or in any particular direction, but your whole thinking process becomes very simple, direct, and clear. Young or old, most of us are discontented merely because we want something more knowledge, a better job, a finer career, a finer car, a bigger salary. Our discontent is based upon our desire for more. It is only because we want something more that most of us are discontented, but I am not talking about that kind of discontent. It is the desire for the more that prevents clear thinking, whereas if we are discontented not because we want something, but without knowing what we want, if we are dissatisfied with our jobs, with making money, with seeking position and power, with traditions, with what we have and with what we might have, if we are dissatisfied not with anything in particular but with everything, then I think we shall find that our discontent bring clear clarity. When we don't accept or follow, but question, investigate, penetrate, there is an insight out of which comes creativity, joy.